Bushwhack mode activated. The snow is just soft enough that I post hole. It looks like there's no way around it. Well, hello and welcome back to 53.5, a hiking series where I, Thomas Kerr, hike all 50 of the 3,500 footers here in the state of Maine. And today, it's an interesting day today. It is beautiful out, blue skies, supposed to be clear all day, low winds. The temperatures are going to be very mild, so it is looking good for a hiking day. However, my plan today was to do snow, Cupsuptic, and Twin Mountains. Snow is on the New England 100 highest list, and yes, there are 2 snow mountains on this list. Snow Chain of Ponds I climbed was actually the first episode of this series where I climbed it, but today I'm doing snow Cupsuptic, which is in kind of the same area, very remote. I had to drive for over an hour on very interesting logging roads. For a while it was plowed and it was clear, and then eventually I got onto some somewhat snowy but somewhat plowed roads, and then this final road has not been plowed, but it has been packed by snowmobiles. Now it has melted quite a bit. There are like bare spots in the road. However, I was not able to make it to the typical area where you would start the traditional bushwhack route up Snow Mountain. I had to stop short of that point, and instead of walking the road, I'm actually going to be following a different road here for a little ways until I will eventually cut over and attempt to bushwhack to the summit off of this road. There may be other logging roads or paths that I encounter. I don't know what I'm going to encounter. I'm assuming that I'm going to go to the end of this road and then I'm just going to have to bushwhack straight up through whatever trees and brush. I'm kind of just accepting that, but the plan from there is to then bushwhack from the summit of Snow Mountain down on the other side of Snow Mountain, which will take me close to Twin Mountains, and then I will bushwhack the remainder of the way to Twin Mountains to hopefully get both peaks today. It was definitely a lot of driving to get out here, so I would like to check 2 off my list, but we'll see what happens today. Alright, so I'm about 1 mile in, and the road continues this way, but I actually need to break off from it. I came up from down there. I'm gonna actually go over here and cross, and there's a clearing up in there, and I'm gonna try to follow through that as best I can. That's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna put my big camera away, take out the GoPro, and go into whack mode. All right, bushwhack mode activated. Let's go. Thankfully, I have waterproof boots. Otherwise, my feet would be very uncomfortable already. That's the advantage. You can take some of those riskier steps, not have to worry so much. Okay, so that didn't take much to get into the clearing. There's like a skidder trail here. I can see the summit, which is good. And I'll just keep my eye on that and keep working towards it. Beautiful views from up here. I'm still working my way up the clearing. I'm getting near to the top of it, but really nice vista. trying to figure out what that is there. I think it's Cow Ridge, but I'm not 100% sure. You might not be able to see it, but the summit of snow is right in between these two kind of nubs here. It's starting to get obscured, but I'm gonna keep making my way straight that way up into the corner of the clearing. This clearing is pretty wide, but I'm gonna keep right up here and hopefully work my way right up that channel in between those two knobs. The snow so far is actually quite solid still. As it warms up, it's probably gonna start to soften up and might have some issues with sinking, but right now, once in a while I'll break through, but for the most part, I'm walking right on top of it, which is really nice. I put my snowshoes on now because now that I'm into the woods, the snow is just soft enough that I post hole every now and then, and it's kind of annoying. So, but I expected to have snowshoes on the whole hike, so the fact that I made it almost a mile and a half before putting them on is quite good. So here we go. Oh look, there's a view. I'm in what's sometimes referred to as pencil woods, and these aren't too bad. A lot of times they'll be a lot tighter than this, and it can be very difficult to get through. But basically I've got a sense of the direction that I need to go to head toward the summit, and then I'm just following the easiest path, weaving through these trees as possible. I'm basically on the summit ridge now. It's not much further, but ooh, it's gonna be thick through here. Okay, I'm descending just a little bit off to the side here so that I can go through this nice open woods as opposed to that thick stuff. I'm honestly really glad I came this way because there's some nice views through the trees. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. Snow Cupsuptic, Maine 3,500 footers, number 22, and New England 100 highest, number 80. The general store near where I work has these homemade donuts that are the best donuts I've ever had. And so yesterday I picked one up for my summit snack today. So Dustin, if you're watching this right now, I'm eating this donut for you. So now that Snow Mountain is done, I am going to once again attempt to bushwhack over to Twin Mountains, which is around 2 miles from here. It shouldn't be too bad. There's a lot of logging cuts kind of in between Snow and Twin. I might have to do like 0.3 or 0.5 through the woods before I'll come out in a clearing, hopefully. And then I'll work my way from there down and back up. I had my base layers on, but I put my puffy on. It was a little chilly just standing still. And since I'm descending, I won't be generating a ton of heat. And then I put my shell over it just to protect my puffy from getting shredded on the trees. All right, camera's going away and put you back on the GoPro. This might not be the easiest to see on the GoPro, but it's a pretty nice view here in this little open area. And in the far back there is West Kennebago, which if you haven't seen that video, you should go check that out. I did that last fall. And then in front of West Kennebago here, you might be able to see this other one, which is Twin Mountains. And I think it's called that. I mean, it's obvious there are 2 mountains here. So you got that one there. And then over here is the other kind of peak. But the high point is over on this one. So that's where I'm headed. And it's looking like some very thick spruce here. So I'm going to try to find a way around it so I don't have to go through it, because going through it with snowshoes is going to be less than fun. But we'll see what happens. All right, it looks like there's no way around it. So I'm just going to go through the least thick point, which looks like somewhere here in the middle. Oh man, this is really thick. I don't know if I can get through there. Well, only one way to find out, right? Looks like it opens up just through here. I just have to push through this ridiculously thick section. Oh great, more spruce. Okay. Okay, this is the clearing I was heading for. Got a nice view of Twin right in front of me, and yeah, that that one part was very thick. But honestly, not the thickest stuff I've gone through. It's been worse, so glad to be through that, and should have a good amount of fairly open bushwhacking on some logging trails and such, and then we'll see what it's like to get up actually to the summit from there. Just gorgeous views, tell you what. And at some point, some snowmobiles came through here because there's some very faded tracks, which is nice because it makes it even more solid to walk on. But I mean, honestly, it's pretty good anyway. Again, you get the occasional spruce trap or something, but it's quite good. And all nice and open, just like I had hoped for. So here I go as I continue toward Twin Mountains. So I exited the logging clearing, followed it as far as I could go, and went into some fairly open woods, really not that bad. Hey, Twin Mountains, Maine 3,500 footers, number 23. So the last person to sign in was Mike on May 8th, 2022. So as you can tell, it's not a well-visited mountain for obvious reasons, but it's pretty cool to be up here. In case you were wondering, the register jar is out of a very old peanut butter jar. And yeah, it's too bad that the register is all wet, but hopefully sometime on a warmer day, maybe someone can dry it out. For both of these mountains, I took the non-traditional bushwhack route, and I am now going to make my way back. I'll kind of go back the way I came, but I'm not going to go back up snow. I'm going to cut over around Snow Mountain. I would have filmed more in between the logging clearing and here, but my GoPro died, so I couldn't. But basically it was just a pretty open woods bushwhack from the edge of the clearing. And then once I got like up onto the final kind of the almost at the summit, it opened up a lot like this, which is really nice. Snow is still in actually quite good shape for snowshoes, so that's been really good. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go back the way I came to the clearing and then kind of meander my way out that way, see what way looks the best and most efficient to get back to my car. Boy, it's an insanely beautiful day today. And like, yes, I could be on like a different mountain with like more views and that actually has a trail. But honestly, this hike has had a lot of views. I'm quite impressed. I kind of didn't expect much at all. And another thing is like the fact that I'm doing this in winter conditions, spring conditions. I wouldn't want to do it on a day that like anything other than like a nice day, because it kind of just gives me that peace of mind and that assurance that if it takes me so much longer than expected, or something happens, like I'm not also getting caught in bad weather or extreme cold. So that's been good. I've just been soaking in the sun, and yeah, it's been a great day to be out. All right, guys, I'll eat a snack to fuel back up, drink some water, and get headed back to the car. Well, would you look at that? I magically appeared at the car. The way down was not the greatest. It was probably the worst part of the hike. I mean, it wasn't too bad for a while, but at the end, there was like a lot of alders and stuff, and trying to connect over to the road I was trying to get to just didn't turn out to be quite as easy as I had hoped. But overall, not bad. 8.2 miles total, and I think it was like 2,500 feet of elevation gain. So pretty good to get two peaks checked off the list. I really wanted to do snow while there was still snow, just for the fun of it, and it made sense to do twin at the same time if possible because they're right next to each other. So I'm glad I did it, although I did it in a rather unconventional way. If you're watching this and you're looking to do Snow Mountain, this isn't necessarily the way I'd recommend it. There is, an established bushwhack route, but I just couldn't get there today. It was so nice though to be out and to just enjoy the beautiful day. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay inspired, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.